the opportunity of a lifetime. We are living in the best time on human history, where everything's at the tip of your hands. All the information's available. You can do anything you want. You can learn anything you want. You can build anything you want. And you now with AI, you can do it 10 times.
You can.
NANO is a New York City brand. We are establishing a presence in Florida, and we've been able to achieve this presence with our partners at Media Components. We've been very, very gracious enough to lend us their resources, their talent, and their capabilities. So, Dennis, thank you very much for that.
You know, you got New York under lock. We're going to be slowly expanding the Florida operation. I hear you talking about social media, how important it is to grab the attention. Can you speak a little bit about the latest trends when it comes to social media? Because I know you guys are very entrenched into the latest algorithms. Social media and AI, specifically for content creation, what has been the main trend right now?
So what people need to understand is that social media content is now the new SEO. SEO is essentially the core of social media content creation. The platform's gotten very, very good at incorporating machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision. These are all terms for basically artificial intelligence that allow the systems to scan, learn, and understand videos and the content within the videos to such a degree that they truly understand the context of what each video has.
Yeah.
And that context allows these AI systems to find more users that are interested.
They feed the relevant content because they scan the audio, scan the facial, even the lip movements, and the captions, and now they deliver the relevant content. So again, consistency versus the quality. What do you think is more important? Is it important to have an iPhone video versus like a big production the way we have it today? Or can anybody pick out their mobile device, create video content, and just be consistent until the algorithm picks it up?
Well, look, it's at the end of the day, everybody would love to have Hollywood level production, right? Everybody would love to look their best. In order to look their best, you need very expensive equipment, you need lighting, you need professionals that know what they're doing. What matters is the level of business you're in. If you're a startup, if you're just getting your feet wet, you're limited on budget, you know, it's fine. Use an iPhone. Use, you know, there's inexpensive lighting equipment on Amazon you could pick up. A few $100 can get you a setup. Get yourself to a point where your business is thriving, but it's better to do that than not do it at all, because
it's better to start.
Exactly. Eventually, of course, as you try to brand, as you try to grow your business, you want to elevate your image. You want to elevate the way your digital footprint looks like. And so that's when you start inviting agencies like yourself to come in and do content production.
And we both, you know, share clients. You know, we've been collaborating on some projects such as SEO, e-commerce. As far as AI, I know you have certain startups you're involved with. You know, the real estate startup, you know, the e-commerce. We need down.
Built a number of AI startups in the past. We've integrated a ton of AI tools into customers' platforms. AI is taking over the world. This is the future. You know, I've been talking about AI for the past 7 years. It's here. It's still in its very small infancy stage, but it's absolutely, if you are not utilizing it in your business, you should be. AI will help you automate things, optimize things, and improve things. You can essentially get better at a lot of daunting tasks a lot faster, which will, you know, allow your employees, for example, to get more work done. Less administrative work and more quality work that helps your customers do better.
Great. And I always tell my clients, AI is really not going to take over the entire world, but you have to understand how to prompt AI to make it work for you. Some people are afraid, oh, I'm going to lose my job because of AI. End of the day, AI is here to help and scale up your productivity. You're not going to lose your job because of AI unless you're left behind and you don't get educated.
Well, look, when Henry Ford designed a car, the guys that rode horses,
they didn't want to use it.
They didn't want to use it.
Yeah.
They didn't want to adapt to the technology. When the car market started to grow, the guys riding horses were complaining, well, I'm going to lose my job. You can't stop evolution. You cannot stop the technological evolution. Technology is growing.
You have to embrace it.
You have to embrace it, but you have to embrace it intelligent. Those that embrace AI to utilize tools, to utilize all the beautiful algorithms that are being put out today to their benefit, they will improve their businesses, they will cut their expenses, and they're going to grow their revenues. And it's super important to not complain, not to be scared, but actually take advantage. There's the opportunity of a lifetime. We are living in the best time on human history, where everything's at the tip of your hands, all the information's available. You can do anything you want. You can learn anything you want. You can build anything you want. And now with AI, you can do it 10 times.
You can search now, then you update, So I think eventually Google, Bing, all the search engines will slowly disappear because AI, OpenAI, they're gonna start creeping up on that monopoly of paid ads, the SEO. More and more people will go to Facebook and Meta and search for AI questions. But talking about AI, what's your best and most popular tool of AI right now?
I mean, look, ChatGPT is unbeatable. What ChatGPT's been doing is phenomenal. But I do want to go back a little bit. A very important fact, people used to look for information on Google, and they would search certain terms and then get access to tons and tons of links. Today, that same behavior is being found on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. People are looking for information and for input and for knowledge on social media channels. And this has only been able to be achieved because of the power of the AI, because AI can figure out the videos that are more relevant to you and to what you're trying to figure out.
I think the algorithms are leaning towards AI. And like I said, eventually, I think the search engines will disappear. The new generations, younger generations are going and searching on TikTok, on Pinterest, on Facebook. So, Yuri, anything you want to say that you're looking forward to in the next year when it comes to our agency world or in general?
So the agency world is, it's becoming more specialized, where traditionally people would hire agencies to do what we like to call button pushing, right? Creating ads, designing ads, creating websites, doing random things that you require a lot of resources to do, which is called business upkeep. That all of that is now being replaced by artificial intelligence. So the purpose of agencies, the value that the agencies will bring, are the agencies that know how to build strategy. Strategy is the number one key to a successful marketing campaign. Strategy is number one key to a successful choice of technology, right? If you're a service provider versus an e-commerce provider, you have to know and understand what technology serves your business best, right? We have actually a little bit of a case study. There's a startup, a very cool, interesting grocery delivery startup that we're helping to get to the market right now. And one of the mistakes that the original developers has done is pick a CMS platform as the foundation for their e-commerce, which caused a slew of problems. They have a 5,000 SKU inventory. CMS websites are not built for that.
Sounds like they're using WordPress or something.
They are.
You need to migrate them to Shopify ASAP.
That's exactly. After 2 months of making them understand the difference between an e-commerce platform that will allow you to scale, that will allow you to do tens of different items on your website. They finally agreed to migrate to Shopify. We're in the process of doing that, and we're hoping to build this into one of our greatest case studies of what a business should do, the decisions that they should make. And look, they're not technical. I can't blame them. If we were there from the beginning, we would have got it.
Would made that part of your strategy and go-to-market strategy. So, in my agency, the latest and the greatest is we're setting up the processes and procedures for marketing automation software, specifically in the lead generation, because we do quite a bit of lead generation for healthcare, for real estate and manufacturing. What would you say the most important feature set in marketing automation that you guys are utilizing in your e-commerce marketing? Is it email? Is it, ads? What do you guys automate to make it worthwhile and to upscale the process?
So the ideal case scenario, of course, for every business is what we like to call marketing 360, right? When you have the ability to do search engine optimization, paid marketing, lead generation, lead magnets, and then funnel them into data capture, and then use tools like email marketing, email automation, text message marketing, and message automation into generating what we like to call touch points. All right, an average customer needs about 15 to 22 touch.
Like a drip campaign or a text message campaign. Yeah.
People need to touch you, feel you, hear you, and understand you before they can trust you.
Exactly.
Right. And one of the things you guys do amazingly, like SEO has been a phenomenal, contribution that you guys help with some of our projects. Our suggestion in regards to automation is truly utilize email. Email is still the number one closer of leads and e-commerce sales.
One day when Facebook, Instagram, Google, they will disappear, you still have your email list. That's what I tell my clients. Building a up-to-date email list, that's basically your database. Your business is within your context. And that's where CRM system is important, because every single prospect, every single client should go into your email database, because you owned it. You don't own the Facebook friends. You don't own the Instagram followers. Emails is there forever. Hopefully, it's when internet exists. Disclaimer.
Thankfully, things are still existing. But to your point, we have an interesting case study. A colleague of ours built a very niche Facebook group that grew to over 25,000 members. And at a certain point, Facebook changed its policies. And this is a private
Facebook group?
Correct. Facebook decided to change its policies and
disappear.
The information that was exchanged in these groups, perfectly clean, legal, just a community. He built a community group, and Facebook,
I heard the story many times,
shut off the group, and all the
his business disappeared overnight.
So absolutely right. Build your database, build your client book, own your customer data. It's very important. If you own your customer data, you can take it with you anywhere you go. You could feed Facebook with your email list and target that audience. You can feed Instagram your email list and try to find these customers.
You could retarget the lookalike audience.
You could build an additional amount of audience based off the audience that works with you. So yeah, you're on the money with that.
Yes, something that we're looking forward to next year is setting up more of an elevation for personal brands. And I know with Leo and Jacob's PC, personal brand development is part of your marketing strategy. What would be the top 2 or 3 personal development of branding, techniques or strategies that you can share with my viewers?
The most important focus that we see tremendous growth in is in podcasts. Podcast has been tremendous for a lot of brands. Podcasts allow people to truly understand who you are. They get to learn from you. It's educational, it's inspiring, and it's informative. And podcasts are timeless, right? Whatever business you're in, you're basically explaining the same type of information to every single new customer that you meet, right? So over and over, most businesses repeatedly explain why marketing is important, how to strategize for marketing, where should they be marketing, how to target their audience, right? How to create content. This is the information that, for example, you and I tell our customers, every single new customer, over and over and over. When you take this information, you build it into a show, a content, a focused content show in the form of a podcast, and then utilize social media channels to publish and host this type of information, it becomes incredibly useful for any prospect. And it becomes incredibly useful for any of your customers that need a refresher, and it attracts new people. Even if you are a product brand, even if you're a medical brand, whatever, as long as you're serving people something, those people can learn from you, those people can understand from you. For e-commerce brands, for example, we've had tremendous success with what we call social selling, where people get to talk about their products and do product reviews on camera.
It's the new wave where QVC used to come in. They used to sell online. Now you can sell products with like a live stream. Yeah, I've seen you guys do it. That's great.
You can do live streams. You could pre-record product videos. Those product videos can live on your social channels. They can live on your website. They can serve multiple purposes. So Dennis, in your opinion, the last couple of years, a lot of technology has changed. What do you see that's happening in your world? And what are some of your advice of some technology, some tools that you guys utilize to help grow the business?
Great question, Yuri. We try to stay on top of the pulse of technology. So I personally try to attend many technology conferences, events. Obviously, what's trending right now is AI, and using AI in a lot of different verticals. Specifically that I'm involved with this is healthcare. I think AI in healthcare will save a lot of lives. We can speed up the process or finding and diagnosing diseases, and people are going to live much longer as far as the healthcare technology. With manufacturing, processes are getting more and more productive, and unfortunately, some of the day-to-day button pushers, as you mentioned, will lose their jobs, but those jobs will be able to upscale to management jobs, where those jobs will control the robotics and machinery and equipment. In the marketing space, I love this time of advancement, because AI, we use it day to day with ChatGPT, with Perplexity, with Google Bard and such. So I'm excited to kind of sit in the driver's seat and follow and always test out the new tools, such as probably in your business, right?
Right, exactly.
I think it's a great time to be in business right now in any industry. Yuri, thanks so much for having us at The Real Deal. Thanks for inviting us to collaborate with you. I look forward to you coming more into South Florida market. Hopefully we can collaborate on more projects.
Absolutely.
And thanks for having me, and thanks for being here.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys.